First thing you're going to want to do is pick up a short-range radio. Short-range radio can be found in just about any ammo box in standard use, or any one that's usually spawned in. They come in the standard Arma 3 radio. It's not anything special. You just drag it into your inventory as is, move away from the ammo box, and you should have seen that small dialog that popped up. That means it took that standard radio and turned it into an AN/PRC 152. That is your radio. The little number next to it in brackets or parentheses is your unique radio ID. The other one you want to pick up is the long range. From here you can change lots of the settings from it, including changing channels, clearing frequencies, and setting your own frequencies. To clear a frequency, go up to the clear button in the top right hand corner. Type in using your numpad anywhere from 30 to close to 512, and then click enter to set your frequency. Once you've set it, it'll be set to that channel. You can change channels using the arrows at the bottom. And you can change the volume of the specific radio using the buttons to increase and decrease volume. You can also change stereo settings for listening to left only, right only, or left and right ears at the same time. This is if you're trying to listen to different radios on different channels. Caps lock is still the default talk button, just like Acre. When it comes up, it pops up in a yellow color indicating the frequency you have it set to. The long range radio is used with control caps lock. It comes up in a purple color. To bring up the long range radio, you hit Shift P. It's done almost the exact same way, except without having to skip through channels. You can just click on the individual channel you want to set. So, you go to channel 1 to start. Clear your frequency in the bottom left hand corner instead of the top left. Type in your frequency, then set it. Now that my long range and my short range radio are on 30, they can crosstalk. This is if you're an RTO and you want to listen to multiple channels. You set your short range radio to something you want to receive, and your long range radio to something you want to send. You can also increase and decrease volume using the time and bat call buttons, just like on the short range. Your stereo settings are the next button over on the left. We won't get into diver comms in this particular video. For RTOs, if you want to listen to certain channels, you have to take extra radios. Depending on how many radios you have to monitor, you have to take that many plus 1. So, say you're trying to monitor 3 channels at the same time. You already have 1 in your inventory, let's grab 3 more. You should see that now I have 3 more radios in my inventory and they all have a different corresponding number. This is good. That means that neither of these radios will reset each other when I'm trying to change channels on one of them. They don't necessarily have to be inside the radio icon button at the bottom for it to work. Just as long as you remember which one you want to use as your talking radio and which ones you want to use as your receiving and speaker radios. You pull them up using the same config that you do for the short range radio, Control P, but you'll notice that this time it comes up with a radio dialog. Your current and active radio will always be messaged at the top. Right now mine's number 2, but I want to set up number 3 to listen to a certain radio. In order to do that, I don't have to set it as active unless I'm trying to transmit it. You can open up the settings, change the channel to something you're trying to listen to, like say 40. Once you have it set, you can close that out, and you can still talk on the original radio you had set at 30. But now you'll also be able to hear channel 40. This also goes for any long-range radios in the area transmitting on channel 40. You'll be able to pick it up on the short range. So let's go ahead and clear up the rest of ours. Now that I have my radio set to channel 30, 40, and 50 on my extra radios, and my transmitting one is on 30, I can change my next channels on my transmitting radio to the corresponding numbers, like so. Channel 1 is set to 30. Channel 2 I clear and I set to 40. Then channel 3 I clear and I set to 50. Now, all I have to do in order to change to the different radios is hit the corresponding keys on my numpad. 1, active channel. 2, 3. You'll watch it up in the right-hand corner. Watch as I transmit, you'll see the numbers change. This allows RTOs to change channels on the fly, listen to different radios at once, and communicate using only a single radio instead of trying to sift through 3 different radios, trying to remember which one was just coming through. As you can tell, you can change channels very quickly. I'm only using 1, 2, and 3 at the moment because that's all I'm probably ever going to use at once. If I have to use 4 radios at once, I would need to have 5 short ranges and at least 1 long range if you need to get in contact with someone from a very far distance. Currently, from what we know, the short-range radio has a maximum distance of 3.5 kilometers. It doesn't go any further, and it doesn't seem that terrain impedes the signal too much. If it does, it only shortens the range to about 2.